All right, following Monday's sports wagering action, we are 2-0 in our last couple of extra daily picks on brockpage.com. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, the link for that play is in the description section below. It's only going to cost you just $2.99. And as always, all the picks that I give out on my website are my personal bets, games that I personally have action on. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. The Oilers take on the Capitals, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. We're doing Wednesday's games in this video. We're not doing Tuesday's games here today. Wednesday's games, February 2nd, 2022. Now, Washington is the $1.25 favorite on their home ice in this one. Ilya Samsonov expected in net for Washington. Mikko Koskinen for Edmonton. Now, Mikko's 15-8 through 23 starts this year. He also comes into Wednesday's game with a .900 save percentage. The Edmonton Oilers got the W in 4 out of their last 5 ball games. They're actually in the top 10 in fewest road goals allowed. Meanwhile, scoring-wise, when it comes to the offensive end of the ice, Leon Draisaitl, he's tied for the league lead in goals with 31 of them. Draisaitl also has 61 total points, which is second in the NHL. Meanwhile, teammate Connor McDavid, he has 37 assists and 59 total points on the year himself. So once again, McDavid, 37 assists, 59 total points on the year. They're taking on a Washington team who lost 6 out of their last 10 themselves, and they actually give up the majority of their goals in the second period. As a matter of fact, Washington is currently in the bottom 3 in second period goals allowed at home. Meanwhile, offensively, the Caps have averaged just 2.5 goals per contest in their last 10 outings. They're also going to be in the second of a back-to-back. Might be a little fatigued here. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Edmonton Oilers plus $1, getting the job done for some money line cash. Next matchup, it is going to be Kraken versus the Islanders, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. The New York Islanders are -175, totals 5.5. Semyon Varlamov for New York, Chris Driedger for Seattle. Now, Driedger's had a pretty rough go of things in Seattle thus far. He's gotten the W in only 3 out of 9 starts this year, along with a .318 goals against average. And equally as bad, the 27-year-old netminder has a save percentage of just .896. Seattle's lost 6 out of their last 10 contests, and they're also winning just 26% of their road games. Now, offensively, they're also averaging only 27 shots on goal a game on the road, and they currently rank in the bottom 3 in road scoring. Now, they're taking on an Islanders club who won 6 out of their last 10 themselves, and they're also playing very good defensively. They're allowing only 2.6 goals a game. Semyon Varlamov comes into Wednesday's start with a .261 goals against average and a .915 save percentage. Now, defenseman Adam Pelech, he's also a +11 when he's on a shift. When it comes to the total in this one, New York's gone 70% to the under on their home ice this season. They're also 23-14 to the under for the entire year. Meanwhile, Seattle saw 7 out of their last 9 fall under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the New York Islanders -175 and the under 5.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Kings versus the Red Wings, 7:30 Eastern puck drop. LA's -120 on the road here, total 6. Johnny Quick for the Kings, Alex Nedeljkovic for Detroit. Alex has 13 wins under his belt this season between the pipes. .290 goals against average, .910 save percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, the Red Wings are in the top 10 in the league in home scoring. Dylan Larkin's got 23 goals and 43 points on the season. Meanwhile, Tyler Bertuzzi's a +12 with 21 goals and 18 assists. Now, they're taking on a Kings team who lost 5 out of their last 8. And they actually have a tough time scoring on the road. Matter of fact, LA's in the bottom 10 in scoring away from home this year. When it comes to the injury report, Anderson is questionable for LA. Leddy is questionable for Detroit. When it comes to the number in this one, LA's 15-6 to the under when traveling this season. They also saw 6 out of their last 9 against the Red Wings fall under the posted total. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. Meanwhile, Detroit saw 4 out of their last 6 home games fall under the posted number themselves. I'm going to lean toward Detroit plus $1 and the under 6 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Flames versus the Coyotes, 9:30 Eastern start. Calgary's the $2.50 favorite on the road here in the desert. Daniel Vladar possible for Calgary. Karel Vejmelka for Arizona. Now, Karel has gotten the W in just 6 out of 23 starts this season. And he also has a .339 goals against average. And speaking of goals allowed, the Coyotes are amongst the worst in the league in goals allowed per contest. Meanwhile, offensively on the other end of the ice, they've actually been terrible in that particular category as well. They're scoring only 2.2 goals a game, and they average just 25 shots on goal per contest. Now, they're taking on a Calgary team who already limits their competition to just 2.5 goals a game themselves, and they currently rank in the top 10 in defensive shots on goal per contest. Daniel Vladar is 5-3 in his last 8 starts, with a .273 goals against average and a .910 save percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, the Flames are averaging 36 shots on goal a game, and they also rank in the top 3 in offensive scoring on the road. Matthew Tkachuk has scored 20 times already and has 44 total points. Now, Tkachuk's also a plus 24. And speaking of plus minus, Johnny Gaudreau, he's a plus 29 thus far in the year, which is 4th in the NHL. I'm going to lean toward Calgary, minus 1.5, getting the job done for some puck line cash. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. It is going to be Wild versus the Blackhawks, 9:30 Eastern start time. Minnesota's minus 145, total 6. Kaapo Kähkönen for the Wild. Marc-Andre Fleury for Chicago. And despite some decent numbers individually out of Fleury, he still comes into the Wednesday start with more losses than wins between the pipes this year. Now, the Blackhawks dropped 6 out of their last 7 as a team, and they're actually in the bottom 10 in goals allowed per contest. Meanwhile, offensively, Chicago's pretty much lacked production there as well. They're scoring only 2.4 goals a game, along with just 28 shots on goal a game as well. Now, they're taking on a Minnesota club who ranks in the top 10 in fewest third-period goals allowed. Kaapo Kähkönen's 10-2 with a .253 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, there's really not, many teams out there that score more goals, than this Minnesota team. Kirill Kaprizov and Ryan Hartman, they each have 18 goals apiece. And Hartman's also 2nd in the NHL as a plus 31. Now, total-wise, Minnesota went 6-1 to the over in their last 7 outings. Meanwhile, 4 out of Chicago's last 6 got over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Minnesota minus 145 and the over 6 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com. where we're currently 2-0 in our last 2 extra daily picks on that website. I like Edmonton plus $1, getting the job done for some money line cash. New York Islanders minus 175, under 5.5. Detroit plus $1, under 6 goals. Calgary minus 1.5, getting the job done for some puck line cash. My next and final free pick for the video, I'm going to lean toward Minnesota minus 145. In the over 6 goals. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, guys, if you end up getting a package here today on my website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. So now's the time to strike while the The iron's hot. I think that's what the saying is. And also, guys, if you want to get access to every single pick that I give out on that website, you may want to think about signing up for my board member tier package as well. Now, guys, the difference between what I do here on YouTube and my website is this. Here on YouTube, I'm going to handicap every single game that's on the board, side and total if there's a line for it. But what I do on my website is I actually give you the games that I personally have action on, games that I'm personally betting. So believe it or not, I don't bet on every single game side and total like I do here on YouTube. But anyway, guys, most importantly, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Tuesday or Wednesday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.